Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to you. You're watching Encounter. Today, the topic chosen is Feng Shui, and the guest today is Vijayal Sunassee, who is the president of the International Feng Shui Association for the Mauritian chapter. Mrs. Sunassee, a very warm welcome to you, and thank you for being here in the studios of the MBC.
Thank you, Roshan, for having me over here.
Feng Shui is very common in Mauritius. We have many people who are aware, who know the name, but they are not really aware of what it means, what it represents, and what it does in someone's life. And the reason why, I'll probably address this to the viewers, the reason why we're talking about Feng Shui today, it is also because it's a means, it's a technique that is used since many, many years to help improve people's lives on a daily basis. And this is what Encounter does. It is a platform for people to express themselves in how to help people in their everyday lives. Can we start with a brief definition of what is Feng Shui?
Well, Feng Shui is in fact pronounced as Feng Shui.
Shui.
Shui. Okay. Feng Shui, okay. So origin is China, about 4,000 years back. And the word Feng Shui means wind and water. So why wind and water? When it was first discovered by the ancients in China, their main objective was to try and find proper places to build villages. So what they did was they looked at the sky, they observed the movement of the sun and the moon, and also the 5 elements. So, and the nature, the movement, the cycle of nature. So what they did is to see where the wind was blowing, where it settled, and this is where they found the right spot to protect people who were living on a particular plot of land from the wind, and they needed to have water, you know, for day-to-day life.
Of course.
So the best sites were chosen with the movement and wind and where water was present.
4,000 years ago, people had already had very good knowledge about the importance of wind and water.
Absolutely, absolutely, because Feng Shui is based on 5 elements on the cycle of the sun and the moon. It's very complex. We can just say 5 elements, but it is so complex, and it's revealing of what is happening in the universe. It's revealing about the energy which is around us. So when you practice Feng Shui, the first thing you have to believe that there is an energy around us, invisible energy, that is affecting our lives, that is affecting our person, our body. And the aim of practicing Feng Shui is to have a home built in a proper place, designed in such a way that it is in harmony with the occupants. And the main objective is for the happiness, harmony, and well-being of people.
What would you say to people who say that Feng Shui is taboo or it's magic, and they are very skeptical about the whole concept?
Yes. Feng Shui cannot be practiced without a compass. Feng Shui cannot be practiced without taking directions of your space. This is the start. And a good Feng Shui practitioner will always do a Feng Shui audit by looking at the occupants of the house, the date of birth, and the structure of the house.
Feng Shui has a lot to do with the prosperity, not only financial.
Oh, no, no. Feng Shui looks at 8 basic aspirations of the human. So it is about your family life, it is about your career, it is about wealth, it is about health, it is about descendant luck, you know, having children, good children. It is about fame and recognition, being recognized in your work. It is about mentorship. Okay, and also about marriage.
When I introduced you as the president of the International Feng Shui Association for the Mauritian chapter.
Yes.
So I'm guessing chapter is a word for where Mauritius is located.
Chapter is like a branch.
A branch, exactly.
Yes.
All right, we have more to delve in, but before we get deeper into the topic, we'll invite our viewers to look at the following report on the introductions and the beginnings of Feng Shui and how it has evolved over the years. Don't go away, we'll be back shortly. When people talk about Feng Shui and try to make sure their homes has the right balance or qi, do we really know what that means? Feng Shui is an ancient art and science that was developed over 3,000 years ago in China. The literal translation of Feng means wind and Shui means water. In Chinese culture, wind and water are both associated with good health. Thus, Feng Shui came to mean good fortune. Based on the Taoist version and understanding of nature, the idea that land is alive and filled with energy is called qi. Feng Shui is essentially the interaction of humans and their environment. It enables you to influence those interacting energies to achieve specific life improvements. This influence is gained by positioning or designing your surroundings in harmony with principles of natural energy flow. Feng Shui reveals how to balance the energies of any given space to assure health and good fortune for those inhabiting it. These systems of laws for spatial arrangement and orientation are taken into account when people are designing buildings, placing furniture and possessions, and even bodies. It offers a unique way of looking at these elements and provides balance, comfort, and harmony in your environment. The main tools used in Feng Shui are the compass and the bagua. The bagua, or the energy map, is an octagonal grid containing the symbols of the I Ching, the ancient oracle on which Feng Shui is based. The compass, or luoban, is used to access the deeper information of a building. It consists of bands of concentric rings arranged around the magnetic needle. Once you master the basic of Feng Shui, you will start seeing powerful results and understand why Feng Shui is used in both homes and offices all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are still discussing about Feng Shui on Encounter here. Mrs. Sunassee, can you tell us the concept of Feng Shui in Mauritius? Are people receptive to the concept, or is there some reluctance towards it?
So all those who come to me obviously have one type of problem in their lives that they would like to have Feng Shui help them solve. So the type of things that people want to solve first is marriage. Yes.
Marriage?
Marriage.
I thought it would be money or stress.
No, marriage.
Okay.
Yes, marriage. Then it would be career. You know, they want to thrive in their career. Then it becomes money. Okay. But I always say money has to come and go. Money is energy. People say money is coming in, but it's going out. I say it's good, so long as it comes back. Basis of Feng Shui, you have to make space for things to come into your life.
Oh.
So Mauritians, they do believe in Feng Shui, but I have noticed that they want quick results.
That's the effect of technology. Press a button.
Press a button,
yes.
You know, but I say Feng Shui is not magic.
There's homework to be done.
There's a lot to be done. You know, when I go and do a consultation, there are things that need to be changed, but sometimes people are reluctant to change. They are used to sleeping in a direction. They are used to having their house in a certain style. But I have also noted that those who listen to all my advice have quite quick results. Feng Shui can work within a matter of 2 weeks or up to 3 months.
You had mentioned that there are 8 different aspects that Feng Shui covers, and one of them was marriage. I have to ask you, how accurate is it, or how does it work? I want you just to go through each of them. So you mentioned career, marriage, finance. Let's start with wedding.
Marriage, love and marriage.
Okay.
Love and marriage is associated with the southwest sector.
Okay.
Okay. And the southwest sector is very important in a house. You wouldn't believe, Roshan, how many houses being built now. I don't talk about the ancient houses because they were all square or rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
Modern houses, they have irregular shapes.
Very irregular.
Very irregular, beautiful to look at, but not for me. When I look at it, there are many missing sectors. The first thing you would see when there is a problem of marriage in a house for a girl, especially for girls, is a missing southwest sector.
What does it imply?
Okay, so you have 8 directions.
Of course.
Okay? North, south, east, west,
yes, and the mid ones,
and the mid-cardinal ones. Okay? All of these 8 directions are associated with a human aspiration. The north is for career. The northeast is for family. You know, it goes like that.
Yeah.
The south is for fame and recognition. The southwest is for love and marriage. So when you have a missing sector in your house, it means that this aspiration will be lacking in the energy of the house.
This is an undeniable truth.
This is an undeniable truth. So two important sectors in a house which should not be missing, Rishan, northwest. The northwest is associated with the father, with the head of the family, okay, the patriarch, and also with mentor luck. So when a northwest sector is missing in a house, you would find that the head of the family, the husband, whether it is the husband, the father, is always out, never in the house, always doing things, you know, either traveling abroad, working night shifts, things like that. And the southwest is also associated with the mother. Okay. When the southwest is missing, the mother does not have a presence in the house. Children do not listen to her. Husband doesn't take care of the wife. These are the two most important sectors.
So northwest is patriarch, southwest is matriarch. Okay.
Yes. It has to be a room. It has to be an enclosed space, a room.
Why is that?
Because energy gets...
It's where it's stored?
It's stored in a space.
Okay.
Energy doesn't, we don't count energy on terraces, on balconies, carports and things like that. It's all within the enclosed space, within walls.
All right.
Okay. So one of the first thing to do is to enclose the missing sector. But then there is the struggle with the architect who designed, you are destroying my elevation, you are destroying the aesthetics of the building. So now it is up to the client to decide, do I want a beautiful looking house or do I want to have the energy of the patriarch and the matriarch present in this house? The choice is theirs.
Marriage and love is the first one.
Yes.
What's the...
Then health.
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 What is the direction for health?
East.
East.
Yes.
Okay.
East is health. So again, we have to make sure that the east of the house is used properly.
And what is the impact of Feng Shui on health? Does it mean health as in keeping you healthy?
Healthy, yes. Just keeping you healthy so that you know, I always say to my clients that the purpose when you're doing Feng Shui is to be happy, yes. And when I say you have to be healthy is instead of getting a sickness that requires you to go abroad and have expensive treatments, instead of having, say, like a cancer, maybe you get an influenza. You avoid drastic diseases. But we also have to look at the birth chart of a person. This has to go hand in hand.
So the next one would be birth chart?
Because if in a birth chart of a person we see, it can be seen, that the person is prone to having cancer. And this is usually people who have a lot of earth elements in the birth chart. So then we have to advise the person what to do. So a complete Feng Shui audit of a house has to be birth chart of the residents plus analysis of the space. This has to go hand in hand. It is Chinese astrology where we convert the year, the month, the day and the hour of birth of a person into 4 pillars, we call the 4 pillars of destiny, made up of 8 characters, 4 elements and 4 astrological signs. Okay. The 4 pillars is what is called as heaven luck, the luck you are born from heaven.
Of course.
Then you have the luck cycles. A birth chart comes with a luck cycle where the luck of a person changes every 10 years. From the 4 pillars, we know what would be the favorable and unfavorable elements for the person. And we can see in the luck cycle when the good timing comes and when the bad timing will come. And when you have to lie low, when you have to take care of your health, when you have to go and do things, when can you go into business, and things like that.
I fail to understand the science and the logic behind it. Can you explain a bit more?
It is all to do with the theory of the 5 elements. Basically...
So back to nature.
Back to nature, the 5 elements. What are the 5 elements in Feng Shui? Earth, metal, water, wood, and fire. Now, these 5 elements, they exist in their yang form and their yin form.
All right.
You know the Tai Chi symbol, which is the yang and the yin.
Yes.
So 5 elements in yang and yin form gives you 10 types of elements, yang earth, yang metal, yin metal. Okay?
Okay.
Now, these elements, they each have a relationship with each other. They have a productive, they have an exhaustive, and they have a destructive. Let me just give you a quick example.
Yes.
Earth produces metal because metal is dug from earth, from the earth. Okay, so it produces metal. Metal, when you melt it, it becomes water. So metal produces water. Water produces wood. Wood doesn't grow without water.
No.
Okay? And wood produces fire.
Of course.
So you see the logic of it?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And then each of these elements also destroy each other. The fire destroys metal. Metal cuts wood.
Yeah.
Wood destroys earth. Earth destroys water. So these 5 elements, when we look at them, we analyze them in a birth chart. It is these cycles that we look at to determine what are the favorable and unfavorable elements of the person, what kind of person this person is. Your day you are born on determines your personality. A person who is born on a Yang Earth day, for example, Yang Earth represents the big mountain. A Yang Earth person is like a mountain.
Okay.
A Yin Earth person is like the soil, where everything can grow, a very compassionate person. Now, you know, there's a saying, Grand Master Lillian Too says that when you are born with a car, okay? Heaven gives you a car. Then you have to drive that car on a road. Now, what type of road you drive on is your luck cycle. Sometimes it's a straight road, sometimes it's a bumpy road, and sometimes you come to crossroads. So when you come to crossroads, it is your decision which route you take.
Okay.
Okay, so there is free will.
Of course.
Okay, your destiny is there, but you have the free will to choose whether to take opportunities in life or not to take opportunities in life.
So you mentioned marriage, love. You mentioned health.
Yes.
And you also mentioned the birth chart.
Yes.
Yes. So what are the other ones?
So let me just talk briefly about the 2 aspects of Feng Shui that we use, the 2 schools of Feng Shui that we use to analyze space. There is the 8 mentions. 8 mentions, Feng Shui.
Is it with the 8 directions?
It's with the 8 direction. And according to this school of Feng Shui, every person by his date of birth has 4 good directions and 4 bad directions.
Okay.
So each person has this specification. Okay. So when we do a house, we have to make sure that that person is using his good direction in the house. And how do we allocate rooms according to the 8 mentions is again according to the occupants. This school of Feng Shui looks at the people aspect. Then the second school of Feng Shui is flying star. This one, there is the time dimension. Time dimension means that energy changes with time. In Feng Shui, we have what we call periods of 20 years.
Okay.
Every 20 years, we change into a period. We are presently in period 8, and in 2024, we will be moving into period 9. Every 20 years, there is a change of energy where we enter into a different period. And then every year with the Chinese New Year, when we say like this year, the year of the tiger, okay, the energy changes.
Yes,
so
definitely.
we keep track of what the tiger is going to bring to us as a person and in our space. So there are various levels, and these energies, we call them flying stars.
Flying stars.
Yes, there are 9 types of flying stars, good and bad ones. The good ones are the number 1, victory luck. The number 4, love and marriage, education luck. You have number 8, which is wealth. Number 8 associated with period 8. And number 9,
of course,
which is the future prosperity, but already considered as prosperity. But the bad ones, number 2, illness. We have to know where illness is in our space.
Okay.
You have number 5, which is the misfortune star, the one which brings you a reversal of fortune overnight. You know, you've heard of cases where somebody loses the whole family in an accident,
Yeah.
where you lose your job overnight. You know, you are here one day and the next day, okay, when we view it, it's like reversal of good fortune. Then you have the number 7, which is the robbery star, and also the one which brings accidents, which brings surgeries. Okay? And number 3 is the argument, quarrel star, the one which brings court cases. So what we do, we try to subdue the bad ones and we activate the good ones with symbols of Feng Shui in flying star.
If someone comes to see you,
Yeah.
other than personal reasons, say, you know what, I'm building a house,
Yeah.
can we do it according to Feng Shui?
So the first thing I would do is to take the date of birth of the future occupants of the house. I go on site with my Feng Shui compass. The Feng Shui compass is called the Lopan. It is a very specialized Feng Shui.
Lopan?
Lopan.
Okay.
Okay, it's very specialized because it takes the magnetic direction in a space. Okay.
So the magnetic direction is the new north every time? No.
No, it's not the true north. So I go and I look at first the direction of the site, but also the surrounding. I have to know what is around the site, anything that would affect the house, the future house. What are things that could affect the future house? A big telecom tower.
Okay.
Okay. A cemetery.
Okay.
A mountain. That would be good. This would be good. A support for mountain.
A road which is accident prone?
A road which comes straight to the house.
Okay.
It's called a poison arrow.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to look at the external environment and then I take the direction. And I always ask my client, get a preliminary plan of how you want your house to be. I don't impose.
Okay.
Because everyone has a style of living.
So does it mean that the entrance of the house has to be a certain way, the garage another way, and
Definitely.
the bed?
It is very complex.
And it's guaranteed success?
It is guaranteed success. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been here since 2009 here. 4,000 years of Feng Shui practice all over the world, and it is expanding.
Okay.
You know, the International Feng Shui Association, they have 7 chapters: Australia, Japan, Romania, Poland, USA, UK, and Mauritius.
Wow, well done.
Yes.
Well done, well done.
Yes.
If people want to find more information about the International Feng Shui Association of Mauritius, do you mind sharing the website? Because
No.
I feel this recording is just too short to have
Yes,
all
of
the
course.
information.
It's www.intfsa.com, I think.
From what I understood is that you also provide training for people who want to become masters in Feng Shui.
It has always been one of my objectives to train people properly in Feng Shui. So I give regular courses during the year, and at the end of the year, I give a big talk on the energy of the year that is coming.
Okay.
So
kind of predictions that you do?
It's prediction based on the charts. It's not like looking in a crystal ball, no.
Okay, there's a logic behind
it is based on the chart of the year.
Last question.
This year is Yang water year, Yang water tiger.
Okay.
Yang water is big water, is big rain. So in December, I said we are going to have lots of rain. And we are having lots of rain,
Wow.
floodings. This is how you analyze. The element gives us an indication of what is going to happen.
So we always have to be respectful of the forces of nature.
Of course.
Okay. Last question. Why are you so passionate to share about Feng Shui? Why is it so important for you?
My objective is to have people living a happy life. Okay? And I am passionate about Feng Shui, so I want to share this knowledge with as many people who want to learn. Okay. And when the student is ready, the teacher is here. I'm just waiting for the right students to come to me.
And I thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of this encounter. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. We have given a brief overview of what is Feng Shui, and of course you can check the websites if you need more information. But if you have any queries on the topic discussed or on the guest who is in the studio, drop us an email. It's encounter@mbc.itnet.mu. Until the very next program, goodbye.